Now see, that's the marvelous part of being a genius. When you do something right so many times, it becomes natural. But being able to teach what you know, that's inspirational. And I wonder who inspired you. You come from a legendary crew, the Flava unit. And even from there, you have business sense and you have music sense. Because you were the first group that I ever seen that was labeled as a B2C group, which is business to customer. Had your own store on Halsey Street. Shout out to Halsey Street back in the day. You were able to give the people what Kevin Hart mastered with social media, and that was hands-on accessibility. How did that make Naughty by Nature grow to the heights that it did?
I mean, it was everything. I mean, I lived 44 North 18th Street for 10 years after we was millionaires. You feel me? Not because I had to, because I wanted to. You feel what I'm saying? I was in different neighborhoods looking at houses and all that. And it was just like, to me, I felt more comfortable at home because I was going there every day and basically staying where I lived anyway. So I'm like, yo, I might as well be here until I, was getting married and all that. So then it was like, all right, now it's time to boom, boom, boom.
Okay. I bring that up because Jersey gets a lot of flack from the outside world, and people fear us at the same time. And this is what I mean by that. Let's go into your crew. I always ask this question and barely anybody gives me answers. Tell me about Apache and what was his influences on you.
Apache, that's me. I'm taking niggas out 1 motherfucking 2 motherfucking 3. Apache.
I got the tattoo on the back of his head right there.
Rest in peace. Apache, Flava in a bit. That's why he always had my back. So when he, passed on, that's my brother. Had him right on the back. He always had it. Always had his eyes on me. So bam. But he actually got his signed the Flava Unit management through Latifah, and because he was already Flava Unit, and we had put on like a talent show for ourselves with the Flava Unit there, because we were doing it to hopefully they'll sign us. So we performed, and shortly after that, it was like Patch put the word in as a head-ranking Flava Unit, member, like, yo, got to sign under the Flava Unit, and it was like after that history. Tommy Boy Records, everything. They got us our label, and we can never have a story like, yo, we got jerked, like we got robbed, yo, anything. Nah, Lai, Shakim, they taught us how to brand ourselves, get our money, have our money, get everything we supposed to get. Got us with the right lawyers, accountants. So we can't never say we got, you feel me? And own ourselves, ourselves, you know what I mean, and our brand.
Heritage Hip Hop was not made to talk about beats and rhymes though. This was made because too many of our greats were falling and no one had the stories to tell of them. Like I always say, rest in peace to Govmatic, that's my man.
Boom.
Shout out to his cousin Ugg who introduced us, so we formed a good relationship. And shout out to Big Snuff, that's my man.
Boom.
And even with like Apache, rest in peace. You have my man Fatal Hussein, rest in peace.
Fatal, Outlaws,
Nam Myers, Chief Boogie, and there's so many more that in coming to do this interview, I even had to do some history and find out how did people view Treach. And there was groups like Double S, you had Shaw Skills and Shaw Born. You had people down Elizabeth Avenue down to Bloomfield Avenue who could attest to whenever this man rhymed, it was like God came out, because the rhyme patterns, the rhyme cadences were so different, and that's what Jersey's known for. What did you see Jersey bringing to the game when you were first walking in?
I mean, like you see, you have to go straight through Flava Unit. When you had Lord Ali Bosky and Chill Rob G out there, Lakim Shabazz, Latif, Double J, man, it was Apache. It was unbelievable. And then you had the Queen Latifah coming spitting through. You had Mark the 45 King on the tracks. So coming out of Jersey, then you had like King's Son and different artists that was like, but it was like just to see that firsthand. It was like that was the inspiration and the battery in the back mode. Like, bah, bah, put them batteries in the back, them energizers. Oh, we about to show out.
I feel that because, remember, of course you do, You were in the game at the time. Before Biggie came out, everybody was West Coast heavy, right? Mm-hmm. I remember the debates, and one of the debates that was had in like 2 article sources, and that's a hint right there, that tell you that who did these articles. Treach was the king of New York. Mm-hmm. Treach and Lord Finesse were going bar for bar at one time. Mm-hmm. Treach was cool with Brand Nubian, mm-hmm. and they was like, "Yo, this man right here is something." And Treach had that notoriety. Mm-hmm. So even if there was a time where there's a track floating around somewhere, you can tell me, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a track with Biggie, Onyx, Naughty by Nature that never got released. Mm-hmm. Going across that water and commanding that respect from peers in a place that didn't really hold us too highly in kind. Mm-hmm. What did that mean to the game here when they saw you like rubbing shoulders and equal respect with those people out there?
Well, it's because with Apache, speaking about him, me and Apache used to be in all the underground New York spots, like they was playing hip hop, and would have like ciphers, and let you grab the mic and boom, and you know I was in a New York City seminar, and I had to battle LA Star, you know what I mean, and boom, at the end everybody seen what happened, but you know they gave it because I was winning so much on it, and that was like off the heads. This was like 1990. You feel what I'm saying? Like before the records came out, so it was just a learning experience, and we stayed out there. So after we came out and everybody started seeing OPP video, they like, oh man, that's Treach. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, he was like, yo, the homie is out there getting it now. Yeah. So then it was like, so it wasn't like I was, you know, I ain't never cry for a crown or look for. I just stay in the lane, and I represent. You see, like Craziest, we name all a gillion of the major cities. So we know how that hip hop is, all the spots we've been to, all the hoods, all the love. So we definitely give it. It's definitely a hip hop heritage moment for real.
That's what's up. And that's one of the purposes I would ask that question for, is because I want to get the Craziest yet. We're still going to build this up to the last part. The thing about me asking that question is because there's always been this speculation about who Jersey is. Well, recently, Daddy-O got into a debate with Doggy Diamonds, where Daddy-O said, "Yo, people in Jersey could spit bar for bar. Jersey got more spitters than Brooklyn. Stop sleeping." And Doggy Diamond said, "No, there's nobody in Jersey that can spit hard like that." He said, "Big Daddy Kane, Biggie, and Jay-Z will kill Jersey by itself." And Daddy-O said, "I beg to differ. I don't know about that." Pause right there. Joe Budden on his podcast had Rory and Mal, and they were saying Jersey is the 6th man, because we're not behind New York City. We're behind Philly, Atlanta, LA, and Texas, and Jersey's a strong 6th man. And Button is the only one like, no, I don't think so. Because if you put the Jersey MCs in their primes, they're going to spank your favorite MCs. Treach in his prime fathered the game from 91 to about like 96.
Listen, you can hear it in Eminem. Sorry.
We ain't get there yet. 91 to 96. Like I said, your sons, you should get a lot of Father's Day money.
Oh yeah.
You deserve it. You deserve it.
No, I love. It's like anything. I have my idols that I came up with. I didn't invent hip hop. You feel me? I learned it by listening to my favorites, like you said, Daddy-O, Stetsasonic. You feel what I'm saying? And Fearless Ford, Crash Crew, Cold Crush. You feel me? You know, Melly Mel, Grandmaster Flash, and the Furious 5, and you know what I mean, and Double Trouble, and Kool Mo D, and the Treacherous 3, and you feel me, Fearless 4. You know, so way back, and then it came from then the LLs and the core Sugar Hill, and Slick Rick and Dougie Fresh, and all KRS and Public Enemy and Big Daddy Kane, and you feel me? That was just embedded. So I was a little bit of all of them. Mm-hmm. But I just had so much to say. I just said it so quick. Like, so the flow was like, and I used to listen to like reggae and Shinehead and all like Ting and this. They used to think I was a rude boy. I listened to, I just loved like the melody and harmony. So I guess I got a lot of that harmony, like in our records and stuff.
That's what makes an MC transcend in my eyes, because I used to have a big debate. Like, this is nothing for me, because I used to do this all the time. I just didn't do it with a camera. And I remember having a debate with somebody, and my cousin, what I told you about, he was like, you know what, BL, I'd love to hear Treach battle Chip Fu. Because Chip Fu do that backward shit, but Treach flip quick, but you know everything he's saying if you pay attention. You think I'm rhyming too quick, I think you listen too slow. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And those debates were the ones that always kept your name afloat and above. And that's why when it came to Jersey, you were always there, and it sounded like people always tried to smack your hand away, like, nah, you know, the Naughty's not hip hop. They're different. This is my last question for this part of the interview. What do you think made Naughty musically different to make you stand out and keep your spot where people couldn't deny how dope and flavorful you were?
Well, first, it's like we never laid our vocals in the track. It always was, I say nigga meters, I'll be joking, like it was a couple of nigga meters over the track. So first of all, you heard the word. Then we had breakdowns in it, and plus we had like live, you know, bass and guitars and different instruments that was played over the track, so it wasn't just samples. You feel me? And it was just a whole different vibe. And we did, like, you hear the call and response records, and we layered our tracks up. So it all sounded like the whole crowd was saying it. From Feel Me Flow to Hip Hop Array, OPP. Yeah, you know me. It's a whole gang of the people in the studio, boom, saying it. You feel me? So when you hear it, you like, I'm supposed to know this already. This is the club thing, and you listen to it back and back. So, I mean, it's just fun. Us just and back in the days, it's like you had every group had the sound and looked different, or you was considered a biter. And when nobody, he was like, nah, you gotta have your own flavor totally. Like everything got a sound and look. So that was the difference. It made us more competitive and more, you know, mastering our own styles in the era and putting out some of the greatest albums of any decade in hip hop.